Alright, now in order to start this up, we need to get the audio libraries running for the Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII, because otherwise you'll have issues with the music not playing in the game. I mean, the other parts of it will work fine, but the music not playing is related to making sure that your audio libraries are installed. So first I'm installing DirectMedia. It may not fully install, but that's okay. It still works, and you still have the files and libraries installed into the bottle for Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII, because this is going into the Steam bottle, which holds the bottles for Final Fantasy VII and VIII. It's great. So now we're looking for the proper Visual C++. I'm going to use the 2019 redistributable because it's for 64-bit and it's for this version of Steam, which I have running with the Windows 10 64-bit specifications, which I installed for it in Crossover. So we're going to do this, Visual C++. This helps with some of the audio becoming out of sync in the game for both Final Fantasy VII and VIII. So yeah, there's a history of these games having issues on Crossover when it comes to not having the libraries installed. So here I'm going to add necessary ones. So as you see, DM Music, DMime, DM Synth, and then you click Apply and OK. So you have those installed to get it running. So now, as we've got these installed into the Steam bottle, I'm going to get the 64-bit dependencies, because these are the DLLs that run for 64 bits. Now the install won't show itself as installing completely, but it will be finished. So now we're going to get started with actually demonstrating and playing this game. So this is the Steam version, like I said, noted earlier at the beginning of this video. First we're going to do 7 because numerical order, why not? So we're going to get this started, and I'll calm down for a bit for the intro of this game, but first you just have to set this up. So you make sure you know what the keys are for playing the game, because it's hard to get access to them when you're actually playing this in the Steam version, which is a emulation of the Windows version of the game. Only it's on Steam, so you don't have to do any of the disc changing you had to do in the old PS1 days. So yeah, I'm changing this because I don't have that keypad on my current computer. I might get a keypad or keyboard that I connect to my computer just to get the page up, page down, and that 0 to 9 keypad later. With the accounting work I do, I just don't feel like having it for my computer doesn't work. It's really weird, but I could do that and get it. So now I have to make sure I know what the settings are. Let's check on the graphics and whatever other random ones, and I'll start hitting play. So these games will play on full screen by default. You have to check the resolution though, because it's on some streaming software. you can have issues with having it play within your screen and say Streamlabs or OBS, depending on what the resolution you have set in Steam is. So maybe you have to reset with Steam that, okay, I'm going to go play with the 1080p or 4K settings that, and obviously it's smaller for this game as it is an older Windows game before they had those resolutions. Final Fantasy VIII has a remaster where it does higher resolutions, so we'll get to Final Fantasy VIII next. So this is going to be a fun demo. I'll be quiet as this starts up. As this starts up, we start with the basic gameplay where you start off as Cloud, goes to the naming, and we're just gonna play it as it is, and I will eventually turn it off and go on to Final Fantasy VIII. I'll let you know when that Final Fantasy VIII time comes. So as we are finishing this up, we're going to move on to trying out Final Fantasy VIII. The next one that came after this one. I enjoyed Final Fantasy VIII for the mini games in the games. I mean, I did enjoy the chocobo races and snowboarding in Final Fantasy VII, but I did enjoy how Final Fantasy VIII has its own card game within a game that lets you win things, and you can trade in prizes later. It's sort of like Magic the Gathering, or whatever other trading card games you're familiar with. I just mentioned Magic the Gathering because it feels to me that that's the most popular trading card game there is. So that's why I thought of it when I mentioned Final Fantasy VIII. So without much further ado, this is the end of the Final Fantasy VII demo. Hi. So now we're getting into setting up the Final Fantasy VIII game on Steam here, and this is almost the same because except you got to be careful with this options window. It gets buried behind your crossover window and your Steam window for whatever reason. So push them aside and look and make sure you haven't hidden your options window by accident, because it does that, unfortunately. It's not perfect, like as perfect as the Final Fantasy VII is, so you just have to keep your eyes open for that. Now, getting started with Final Fantasy VIII. This one won't be starting the game right from the beginning. This is, starting before you go into the fire cave in Final Fantasy VIII, or FF8. So, let's go into this. Yes, I really enjoy Final Fantasy VIII for its own little thing. Like, I enjoyed the vehicles, just getting things from its Magic the Gathering type card game, and you collect cards turning monsters into cards. So we're just going to go play around on the beach and do a little sample beach battle. And as you'll see, yes, if you didn't do the media library installations and the library files known as DLLs, you wouldn't be having the music playing, because there's some kind of flaw that's been going on in Crossover for a little more than a decade now, where when you try to play Final Fantasy VIII, there's some issue with getting the music library files installed, like DirectMedia, which we did at the beginning step. So look in the chapters and look for the media files installation chapter or timestamp in the description, or if there's automatic chapters, then fine, check it out there, because you need to do it or else the music will not play. And if you're not having music playing in the game, then that is likely the problem. So my first chapter, and I'm also going to make a much shorter episode of Kaos Tutorials for this, because this DirectMedia installation solves a lot of your audio problems in Codeweavers Crossover. Many of them. Alright? So I'm going to be getting it out there and promoting it so more people on YouTube who use Crossover and are seeing issues with not hearing their music in the games realize, oh, this is what the problem is. So I'm going to be advertising, the music and media installation out of this whole episode, just let people know, hey, this is how the music might not be playing in my game for whatever reason, because this, the people at Codeweavers are working on getting it running, and they've been doing a great job with 23, as that plays a lot of DirectX for newer games such as Diablo 4, and I'm going to be testing a lot of the newer games such as Command & Conquer Remastered, from 2019 and beyond, that are likely working better because the more recent versions of DirectX have been updated with the newer crossovers. So, kudos to the crossover team for getting more of our modern DirectX running. But, there are still flaws, and part of what I'm doing in these Codeweavers Crossover tutorials here is I'm helping you find out, oh wow, this little tinkering gets my game running even better. So that's what I've long figured out, is that I'd make Kaos Tutorials because I figured, hey, if I figured out something, why not share it with you, the other users who like to do retro gaming or just like to play Windows games, older Windows games, which is what I'm doing, and I enjoy it. So I'll share what I learned with you. Why not? So getting on the, I'm playing in the forest in Final Fantasy VIII, and this is only a few more minutes left, but as I end this, just follow my channel to keep up with my newer tutorials, and I figure out, problems that some of your games that you might have, and how I figured out how to fix them. I also have, for Steam in general, how to install Steam correctly for the best performance in Codeweavers when it comes to Steam. So that should be helpful. I'll have the link to the Steam installation episode in my description, so you can go and say, wow, okay, this is the better way to make sure I'm not missing parts when I'm installing Steam. I'm not missing the libraries for DirectMedia, so I'm not missing the DirectX in its proper form for various games, and so forth. So in the meantime, you can enjoy some of this demo gameplay, but soon I'm going to be reaching the conclusion and be getting ready for another episode of Kaos Tutorials, which I'm sure you will enjoy. Now, something I'd recommend to you as a user of Crossover is to join the Crossover community online. The link will be in the description, and I'll just show you a little window here of it. Is that you can join us, you can be on forums and discuss problems you're having with various apps that you're running in Crossover, and there's other people such as myself and others who have just experience with using the system, and we'll be more than willing to help you figure out some kind of trick to tweaking your experience with Codeweavers Crossovers or more. And that's just what I wanted to share with you. I'll be having future episodes ongoing as I test and figure out ways to run games better, or games that you may not have normally seen running in upcoming episodes. My next one will be about Star Wars Emperor at War for the GOG.com version, because I've done the Steam version of this already, which runs better. Steam runs very well with the new Crossover. And in the meantime, I'm going to go on to my conclusion and my ending credits. Thank you for watching. Hi everyone, Kaos Nova here, and I just want to show some basics on my channel here. I've got some recommended channel. This is introduction. I have a nice introduction for those who are visiting my channel homepage for the first time, to explain the ins and outs. I have a couple of extra places here on my channel. I have my merchandise store for you to check it out. I'm just updating it. It's just some fun merchandise. T-shirts, shoes, cups, mouse pads, cell phone stickers, coffee mugs, etc. Nice little place. Also, something for showcasing episodes is you can reach me on my Facebook page. Send me a Facebook message and include, let's just say showcase contributions, and have a link of that video. When you do, follow me on Facebook too. I've got some nice things there. Also, I've got Instagram for just showing some jokes and memes and announcements such as Tron Ares happening, and other pop culture things that I view, so I recommend the Instagram page. And I also have a Rumble. My Rumble channel is mostly focused on doing hobby stuff, and some things are not found on YouTube, but they are found on my Rumble, so I recommend checking out the Rumble channel. And that should conclude it. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I am going to be signing off. Hi everyone, Kaos Nova here, and this is the ending of the video presentation on Kaos Tutorials. And here's the deal: if you want to see more of my tutorials on getting your old games to work on Mac, and you want to see more tutorials on how to do various other tasks, such as very cheap ways to make YouTube videos that still look decent, and much more, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to be among the first to get each video, hit the notifications. And please, if you enjoy liking this, your vote still counts, so please click the like with a big thumbs up. All right, you have a wonderful day, and I'll be signing off.